Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for another watch along tonight. It's a dearly departed special, and it is Tottenham versus Fulham. If I'd got organised, I'll stick 0-0 up there now. You know, it's 0-0. We haven't blooming kicked off. So Tottenham versus Fulham. We really enjoyed watching Spurs in the game against Brentford in the League Cup. So we've done them on a watch along recently. And of course, we've done Fulham many, many times over the past couple of seasons in the Championship and this season as the dearly departed in the Premier League. So looking forward to this one. I will, elephant in the room. So this is on Amazon Prime. I've put Amazon Prime. I can go through an app on my TV, but I believe there is a delay in Amazon's coverage. So more important than ever tonight, try and sync up with me. And of course, we know how fake news in the chat will be punished. Of course, let me know. You can see me, hear me loudly and clearly, and get your predictions in for this one. Tottenham versus Fulham. Let's have a look at the teams and then we will get across to your predictions. So, for Spurs, Lloris in goal, the French World Cup winner. Aurier is the right back. Sanchez and Dyer are the centre backs. Reguilon is the left back. The double pivot there is Højbjerg and Winks. Last time we saw Spurs, that was Sissoko in there. Got on the score sheet as well, didn't he? Then in the 10 position is on Ndombele. You can see there is Sissoko, maybe a little bit further forward. I think it was Lucas Moura who was playing there last time we did Spurs. So Sissoko off the right. And then, of course, Son and Kane, who are just a delight to watch unless your team is playing against them, because one of them seems to score, or both of them indeed, in every single game at the moment. For Fulham, in goal, Areola, I think he's on loan, isn't he? On loan from France. The back three there is Anderson in the middle of Iain, who we've seen play at fullback and inside. Adarabioyo is the other side. Seen a fair bit of him in the Championship, Adarabioyo, on loan at West Brom and on loan at Blackburn last season. Now, this is an interesting one because for Fulham in recent times, we've had Bobby Reid going down the right-hand side, but Reid is freed up now. Tete is going to come in and play at wing-back. So a more orthodox wing-back. I guess that's to look after Heung-min Son, isn't it? It was the case that he was pretty much doing two jobs, wasn't he, Bobby Reid? So a specialist wing back really in that position. Anthony Robinson, the other side. Then that midfield three you would imagine would be Anguissa and Harrison Reed sitting, with Loftus-Cheek maybe trying to get ahead of the ball and support him. But obviously we know the deal with Spurs and how effective they are on the counter-attack. And some kind of a front two. We'll see how it lines up. We could get another one of these 5-4-1s that we have got if for example, Bobby Reid isn't a number 10 or up top with Ivan Cavaliero. That could look more like what we saw Steve Bruce do with Newcastle in last night's watch-along, where you sit a lot of guys behind the ball and try and get it up to your one striker. We will see. Hopefully, Scott Parker is not going to go down that route, but needs must, especially when you're away at Spurs, who, if we have a quick look at the table, you will know, are in 6th position. And if they do win this game, they've got plus 14 on the goal difference. So they're nicely ahead of Leicester and Everton in that regard. So a win for Spurs puts them into 4th position. Brighton have just lost to Manchester City. So Fulham are in a position now where they're 3 points behind Brighton, and they have 3 games in hand. We've said about those teams down the bottom, just the lack of wins is incredible. I mean, when you look, 6 wins between Brighton, Fulham, West Brom and Sheffield United, the bottom 4. That's just amazing. 36, 56, 68 games there. I think I've added that up right. 68 games and 6 wins in there. So horrible form down the bottom of the table. But we'll say it. -10 on the goal difference. Brighton -8. So a Fulham win by a couple of goals here, or maybe 3 given Brighton's goal scored. Does take them out of the bottom 3, but I'm sure they'll be happy to take anything away from Spurs tonight. Let's have a look at the benches real quick. For Spurs there, Hart, Davies, Alderweireld, Lamela, Doherty, Ali, Bale, Vinicius and Moura. Particularly look out for Moura, Bale, Ali as well. Lamela could be used if the game's tight. Also for Fulham, well, most of last team's promotion squad on the bench there. Ruddock, Brian, Reeve, Hector, Congolo. So lots of defenders there. Onuma, who of course was signed from Spurs. Cabano, Lookman, who's been so good for Fulham, can't find his way into the team at the moment. And Camara, the forward there, of course, no Mitrovic or Kearney there, who have been standout players for Fulham over the past few years. Quick couple of plugs. Super chat anytime during the show today. What time are we? We're about 6 minutes away from kickoff, so we can have a look at some comments in a sec. Subscribe over on Patreon. Normal plugs for that. And as ever, YouTube, just hit that like button. Get your comments in. And if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Liam, evening, Ben. Walker has gone back to Middlesbrough. Walker? Ben Walker has gone back to Middlesbrough. Or is it me? I'm Ben and Walker. Walker? There, excuse me. Don't know who that is. There we go. Someone smartened me up on that. James says, I'm going to have to go against the dearly departed here. I really rate this Spurs side. Wouldn't mind seeing them win the title this year. Well, I suppose stranger things have happened. Leicester won the title, didn't they? So it would be a fine thing. Maybe Jose's greatest achievement if he can get that done at Spurs. Honey Gun says 2-1 Spurs. I think today he's got Fulham scoring. Noah, how are you? I'm lovely, thank you, sir. Joel is here. James, we're going to try and but I'm trying on the TV here, so we'll try and get synced up. Yeah, but we'll see if we can get things working without too much of a delay. Thank you for the people who've let me know that we hadn't updated the Twitter title, which still was billing Aston Villa and Tottenham, which was due to be the game. Obviously, that was cancelled and this one went in. That'll teach me to be organised, won't it? Box says the Fulham promotion side of 2 years ago felt a lot more exciting. The Jukanovic side are we talking about with Sessegnon? Perhaps. It's all very well doing that at championship level. Very hard to then take that style into the Premier League. But I don't disagree, Box. Carl says Owls next 2 matches off. Yes, that's been announced today. We'll go over all of that on the preview stream tomorrow. Fulham are full of ex-Blackburn players. Are they? Adarabio, I guess, was on loan. Harrison Reed was on loan. Yeah, that's about it, Ryan. So they have the money to steal our best players. Did any of them actually? Yeah, I'm not buying that one, Ryan. No, I can only see two who were only ever on loan at Blackburn. Anyway, David is here. Spurs 2, Fulham nearly says, and Ndombele and Kane going to be scoring. David has reminded me, because he's the sponsor of our Super Streams. There's Jose Mourinho, box office figures. We give Charlie a shout out. He is the sponsor of our watch-alongs. 30 years of Laura Royal. Here's to many more. Big hello to Charlie. And a big thank you for his sponsorship. What else have we got in the chat here? Hello to Russ, who is the sponsor of our review shows. You'd have seen his smiling face in the 2-game championship review that we managed to knock out today on the channel. Have I seen the Derby news? I mean, I've said for Derby for a long, long time, I'll believe it when I see it, and I'll comment when there's stuff. But again, more rumours on Derby, this delay on the takeover and wages not being paid, etc., etc. So, yes, Adarabio is a world-class centre-back. World-class. Right, there we go in the chat. Define world-class for me. I always thought world-class would mean that in their position, they'd get in any team in the world. So if you picked a world 11, or they get in a squad. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, he doesn't really have any weakness apart from he sometimes get caught cold. He doesn't have any weaknesses, Ryan, apart from his weaknesses. If 10 minutes go by, he's up to speed. There you go. Is he still owned by Manchester City, Adarabio, or did he go to Fulham full-time? I'm not sure. Stephen Walker, was it, Liam? Thank you. Hi to QPR Forever. Pops of Vinyl says Fulham will lose 3-0. Hi to Alistair. 4-1 Spurs says QPR, 3-1 Spurs says True Blue. Stephen Walker, good player, wide man, was at Crewe on loan last season. This season, okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You're on Mastermind. Will the Championship or Ipswich be your chosen subject? Probably the Championship, actually, or the Championship the last 3 years, maybe. So, is there a bits bet today? Has he messaged me one? Let me have a look. I see no bits bet. So, yeah, I probably should have let him know which game we did. So apologies, Bits, if you're watching in the chat. Sounds like a sponsor's night in, says David, who is a sponsor of our preview show. There we go. We got the other David, Watford David. We got Millwall David and Norwich Russ there. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. What else have we got here in the chat? Kenny's not in. He's not in the 16, is he, Ryan? Steve Bruce is here again. Always a pleasure to have Steve Bruce. Still can't get past yesterday's unfortunate result. Right, the players take the knee, and we are off. So we'll see if we're lined up and there's any kind of a delay on this. Hopefully not. Fulham get the ball into the box early, cleared by Sanchez. And we can have one of those situations where if you want, you can let me know whether you're ahead or behind me. Tete plays it across, and here comes Spurs' first counter of the day. Sissoko to Højbjerg. And they do just keep the ball rather than blast off out of defence. I think we've got hashtag end of story, no debate there from Noah. Lovely stuff. I'm about 5 seconds behind. There we go. So if you want to sync up with me, I am going to be on 1 minute in 3 seconds time. 3, 2, 1. So bosh, I'm at 1 minute there. Knocked forward by Anguissa. Referee's seen something there. And the ball is dead. The referee today is Paul Tierney. And he's given Fulham a free kick. which it looks like Cavaliero is going to pop into the box. Let us know if you need time checks throughout the game, because this is going to be fun on Amazon, isn't it? So free kick in from Cavaliero. Well, Anderson got there first, and Adarabio was in the back there. Does just get ahead of his man, but it sort of hits his knee as he's running. Yeah, he couldn't really do anything with that. But I guess that count as a shot on target in the stats, won't it? So a few Kane assists tonight. I'm sure most people's FPL teams will be happy with that. Only one good Tete. It's a different spelling, Russ. Fake news and a fraud. Sensational. Well, here he is, playing in the Premier League, so I'm sure he's doing all right. Adarabio is going to play this back to Areola, closed down by Son, and Areola clears. Loftus-Cheek tries to head it onto Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid's just tucked in behind Loftus-Cheek at the moment, so I'm wondering whether it is a back three, two wing backs, and then essentially four players, or a 3, a 1 and a 1, 3 centre mids, as in Anguissa, Reid and the other Reid, and then Loftus-Cheek as a number 10. Although, no, to be fair, Bobby Reid is further forward now. The cross goes in. Loftus-Cheek is blocked. Is it going to fall to Tete? No. Cleared in the end. Adarabio. Cavaliero holds that one up, and it's back to Robinson. Austin and Bon, a good partnership. Well, that might not work well for Lyndon Dykes. Good result for Rangers last night. Hopefully our Rangers friends are a bit happier tonight. They've been grumpy for about 10 weeks, haven't they? Put Noah and QPR forever. I think they're both here. They're going to be away with the fairies tonight, aren't they? Excellent. John Walk is here with a politics question as ever. So I'll see whether I'm going to give this a wide berth. Clash there between Robinson. I didn't see who it was, but the replay stopped. What do you make of the swathe of bannings on social media of a certain orange man and his disciples? Well, first of all, we should never judge anyone on their appearance. So you need to name the person rather than call them an orange man. Obviously, I believe in freedom of speech, but then we can have a big debate as to whether typing something into a private platform and being banned on there constitutes a breach of your freedom of speech, because you can still say what you're going to say outside of said platform. So I don't know. I think people get very vexed about things nowadays, don't they? Højbjerg, stolen by Harrison Reed. Lovely little interception there. And it's with Winks and Region and Winks again. And Dombele, who I noticed when we did the Spurs-Brentford game, finds himself in like a defensive midfield position quite a lot. It comes really deep. Nice ball by him to Sissoko, but it's turned over and Fulham have it at the back. Loftus-Cheek to Harrison Reed. Anguissa. Poor from him. He's robbed. He's just won it back there. And he's lost it again to Højbjerg, and he's then fouled. And Dombele played himself into trouble there. Anguissa. Changed my prediction to 2-1, says David. There we go. Here is Son. All crossed in low. Falls to Region and then comes back to him. He gets a second chance of that. Hits it with the right foot. I think that's a pretty decent chance in the end. It's a quick free kick. Spurs can even make dead balls into quick transitions. Son out to Aurier. Yeah, the first one's a bad miss. Deflects back off Anderson. That's a chance, actually, on the 6-minute mark there for Region. Best chance of the game. I'm a lot happier and more optimistic. There we go. We just got to cheer up our Birmingham friends now and our Millwall friends. I think they're the most grumpy. And probably our Derby friends today, aren't they? Deary me. I thought if I avoided his name, it would appear more of a technology question than a politics question. Tremendous stuff. President Trump, or ex-President Trump now, not David Dickinson. Giannis Daddy, we're watching on Amazon Prime, and I believe, Giannis Daddy, you can get a 30-day free trial and watch along with us. And we are 7 minutes and 10 seconds in. Here comes Aurier. Cuts back and plays it to Højbjerg, who's an absolute S-house in that midfield, isn't he? Gotta love him. Well, you'd love him if he was playing for your team, not against you. Winks, neat and tidy as ever. Good ball by Winks to Sissoko through the line. Sissoko looking for Kane, first option. That pass was nice. He plays it to Aurier. Fulham back in shape. Winks to Sissoko. Sissoko back to Aurier. Down the right-hand side for Spurs. Again, I'll repeat, Fulham in good shape. And Dyer. Dyer pops that across. Højbjerg's got it in the centre circle. As I suggested, defensive-wise, Bobby Reid is going and covering Kenny Tete and leaving Loftus-Cheek further up with Cavaliero. So it's almost like they've put an extra man on to counteract Son. But Reid is still being asked to play a defensive role, Bobby Reid that is, and an attacking role. Here come Fulham on the break, though, down the left with Anthony Robinson, comes inside. Loftus-Cheek, brilliant first touch by Loftus-Cheek, beats his man, hits the shot, and that's blocked from the edge of the box. Harrison Reid back out left to Cavaliero. His party piece was to cut inside on the other side of the pitch, wasn't it? Onto the left foot. Oh, he's done well, though. Can he get a cross in? No, that's hopeless from Cavaliero. Did the first bit well, the second bit not so well. What have we got here? The good old days have gone now when Brian Clough could deck the fan and nothing was thought of it. That's hilarious, that, isn't it? The fans running on the pitch and Brian Clough just punches one of them. I have told you my Brian Clough story and I met Brady probably too many times. Too many times. What have we got? What is this Derby news? Well, Russ, the takeover that's going to be happening tomorrow for the last 8 weeks still hasn't happened. And now there's a genuine worry about admin if they don't get their wages paid. They need this done, this takeover. Obviously not helped by COVID, but what you're going to do, foul by Højbjerg in the centre there. Jim McLean punches BBC report. God, that doesn't sound good. Here is Loftus-Cheek, who's a strong old bugger. Just shakes Højbjerg off there. Iain keeps a bit of a poor pass in, but Son closes him down and he goes all the way home. A couple more signings, apparently, with the centre-back. Jordy De Vries signed on loan. Nice. Did De Vries play for Hull last season? I think. I don't remember. What are we saying in the chat? Kane must be worth a good few million as well. I'd be interested to see him at Juventus or Barcelona. Are we talking about Harry? A good 100 million, you'd imagine, wouldn't you? The mighty Ipswich, only 1 point off the playoffs. Give it 2 years and Chelsea will be back at Portman Road in the FA Cup while we're in the third division. Yeah. Anyway, let's not go there. Right, 11 minutes gone in this one. Fairly even stuff. But remember, that doesn't matter, does it? Because Spurs will happily be in a fairly even game and then just destroy you in the space of minutes, won't they? So Here come Fulham, though, into the channel is Bobby Reeve down the right-hand side, engages Dyer into the box, double step over, tries to get the cross in. Dyer does well and makes the block there. Nice quick transition, an early ball getting Fulham in there. That's a foul, surely, on Ndombele. Yes, it is. I was quite enjoying a couple of weeks where we could joke about Arsenal being relegated. Well, yes, James. Never going to happen, is it? Or was it? Not having wages paid seems to have a positive impact on Sheffield Wednesday. Having points deducted and FFP seems to have a positive effect on Wednesday, doesn't it? Strange old team. Robinson forward down the left, comes inside Aurier, hits the shot right footed. That's a corner to Fulham, who I would say, and this is probably famous last words, are just edging this one, aren't they, in the first 12 minutes? Fulham just the better side. However, that chance for Reguilón was the best chance of the game. Evening, Nick. Do I remember, Nick? We spoke on YouTube yesterday and you said you would eat your hat on the basis of the prediction I made, Luton versus QPR. I await your response, sir. In it goes from Robinson. Oh, cleared up in the air by Davinson Sanchez. And Harrison Reed plays that back into the centre circle. What about Aki Stanley? Wow, that would be sensational. Stanley in the Premier League, if you've been to their stadium. Tiny little, patronising, tiny little club. That would be unbelievable if they could get up. Hey, if Wickham can do it, if Yeovil can do it, if Burton can do it, sensational. No, it says I saw that comment too. Into the box from the left, headed away by Dyer, who's started the game well. The Spurs centre back. Best underdog story in football. That would be, they must be a rival for your lot, Blackburn. Ryan, not too far, is it? Blackburn and Accrington? Evening to Lee, who, like our QPR friends, a Sheffield United friend who'll be high on life. Tetty gets down the right-hand side. Dyer again does well, but some glorious S-housery by Dyer there, who's just managed to roll onto the pitch hurt so he can stop the game. And if there is a corner, he can defend it. Lovely stuff. Only 3,000 seats in their ground. I know. Proper minnow Stanley, aren't they? Good result for Norwich yesterday with Bournemouth drawing. Yes, indeed. Yeah, good performance that by Millwall. My Millwall subscribers were happier today. I think Kenny Tetty's maybe landed on or trodden on Dyer inadvertently. Nick says he did eat his hat. We were shocking. The worst I've seen us play since we've been in the Championship. Nick, you're a man of honour. Normally when I'm right, people just go, well, I wasn't even right, was I? I said it would be a draw. But I didn't offer to eat my hat. But yeah, good on you, sir. Better response than I normally get. Clever corner from Fulham there. It was Harrison Reed to Bobby Reed. Loftus-Cheek's kept it alive. Here's Anguissa, does well. Anguissa hits the shot. Good save by Lloris. Fulham definitely the better side now, other than the Reguilón chance for Spurs. Been mainly Fulham. That was a good corner. The Darren Anderton, Teddy Sheringham corner, that one. And then Anguissa, who's such a good dribbler, isn't he? Does well and then hits the shot left-footed. Lloris, who's a clever keeper, realises that one's too hot to handle and two hands behind it and fists it away. Good stuff by Fulham. Excellent work in this last sort of 10 minutes from the Cottagers. Throw in to Spurs, who are going to want to get in the other half now. Fulham playing well for that last little period. Dyer closed down by Loftus-Cheek, who seems to be leading the pressing more than Cavaliero, although without the ball, they're pretty much lining up as a front three in terms of a defensive shape, with almost with Bobby Reeve. Oh, here comes Kane. Can he beat Adarabioyo? Go gadget. Leg pops out there. Good tackle by Adarabioyo with the England captain nearly sneaking in behind there. Winks has it for Spurs. Left-hand side of the pitch. Plays it into the centre circle. Here is Dyer. Sissoko. Back it goes to Winks. Oh, nice play by Aurier. Just steps ahead of Robinson. Plays it outside. In goes the cross. Son. Oh, and Areola makes the save. I thought he was destined to score there. Son, he never usually misses. He just pokes it goalwards from the cross by Aurier. It's a good save by Areola. Spurs trying the super quick free kick again there. Now, I think that's a... Oh, okay. Referee Tierney has booked Anguissa for the tackle. I thought he booked him for stopping the free kick, but he hasn't. So let's have a look at this chance again. Kane plays it out. It's on Dombele, is it, in the first instance? Good cross by Aurier. Son always scores those, doesn't he? Just prods it goalwards. Good save with his legs by Areola. But it's a free kick to Spurs. Inspector Gadget. 0-0 with Kane and Son. I hope not, Russ. Quite like the prime coverage. Are we all lined up? I'll give you a time check at 20 minutes. I'll come to a couple of the other questions after this free kick, which Eric Dyer might completely smash, or Reguilon might go out with the left foot. Fulham are going for a man laying down under the wall in case they go for the low shot. Dyer hits it into the wall. Over it goes. It's going to be a corner for Spurs. Thoughts on the prospect of Emma Hayes taking over from Lampard as Chelsea manager if he's sacked? Probably one of the most successful managers in the Women's Super League. Well, look, we'll get a female high up in the staff in a football team high up the pyramid soon. And when I say soon, I mean it's going to be slow for that to happen in the next 10 or 20 years. But I think it'll be someone working their way through. So very much like a Mourinho, someone who's on the staff and manages to get themselves into maybe the assistant's job or one of the coaching jobs. That'll be the way. I don't think you'll see a female coach go from female football high up to men's high up. I think they're going to, the female coaches and managers are going to have to work their way up and through, but it'll happen. But I might have a few more grey hairs by the time it does. Here is Cavaliero. Cavaliero gets the cross in and cleared by Reguilon. Perfectly synced, Chris. Excellent. We're at 20 minutes and 30 seconds there. What do you think of Bale at Spurs so far? Surely he's never going to live up to the overwhelming expectation put on him. I don't know. I don't know which Bale they want. If they want the Bale who was there before, they're not going to get him because he's that much older and he was so explosive, wasn't he? But even 80% of that Bale would still be a hell of a player, wouldn't he? So male football is still misogynistic, let's be honest. I don't want to believe it is, but obviously it's pretty much 100% male. So it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. Let's just say. But you know me. I always say, judge people on the content of their character, best person for the job, and all of that. So yeah, time heals all of these things. How well would Yaya Toure do in the Championship? Can he still run? You just come on and take free kick to be fine, wouldn't he? Anderson has it in the centre circle. Out it goes to Adrabio, who bumps it into the channel. Sanchez, it's so annoying, shepherds it out, which I think is an obstruction anywhere else on the pitch, but that's fine. Cavaliero couldn't get around him. As long as the people who get the job are the best candidate for the job, I have no issues. Don't want token gestures. No, it's tricky, isn't it? I believe the same thing, that the best person for the job should get the job. It's a bit weird, actually, because I once saw, and this was in a Premier League game, one of the hoardings said equality and diversity. And I kind of thought, hang on a minute, those two things are contradictory, aren't they? Because equality essentially means everyone gets an opportunity, but then the best person gets the job. So equality doesn't guarantee diversity. Diversity is the kind of result of something, isn't it? Whereas equality is the process. So I'm much more a fan of equality than diversity for diversity's sake. Obviously, diversity would be lovely, and I'm currently watching a game of football with players of every nationality you could imagine. So hopefully that's working quite well for the Premier League. But yes. Oh, crossed in for Son. Heads it goalwards, and Areola makes the save. He was completely in behind, and he was onside, I think. Big chance there. 2 chances for Son. Now, oh no, he's offside. But VAR won't check that. It'll go straight for a corner, won't it? It looked like his shoulder was offside. Either that or it was the most brilliant run, wasn't it? It's going to be Son with the corner and headed away. Oh, volleyed in by Winks there, and Harrison Reed gets the clearance. I think Toure coaching, not playing, would be nice, though. I bet he joins in the 6-a-sides there at QPR. Doesn't he? Can't believe Son didn't net that. He'd normally have 2 by now, wouldn't he? Hey? Here comes Reguilon. Crosses in. Kane! 1-0. Spurs. As we speak, one of the goal machines manages to hit the net again for Spurs. Harry Kane with a lovely diving header there. Reguilon down the left-hand side. Good cross. And Kane, lethal. We're just going to have a look. See that from sight. Is he onside? Looks like a good run. So quick, Spurs. It's one big diagonal out to Reguilon. Great touch by him. It's a great assist, actually. And Kane is just the most ruthless striker, isn't he? Just gets in, diving header. And just to make sure he slams it in off the post so Areola can get nowhere near it. Jose, double fist bump there. Spurs lead 1-0. And the goal machine, Harry Kane, scores again. I don't know how many hundreds of goals he's scored now in his career. What a player. Great goal, Spurs. 2 passes. One from deep central midfield out to the left-hand side. One into the box. And, of course, Son has had a couple of chances. I was going to say, if you get the quality into Kane or Son, they'll score. And on the 3rd occasion now, they have done so. And you have to say, Fulham were on top, weren't they, from about 5 to 16 minutes. But then the next 10 minutes, Spurs turn the screw and away they go. Todd Kane, cracking goal. Do you want to go in the fake news sin bin box? Harry, beautiful. Sublime cross. Wasn't it just? Yeah, he's not getting anywhere near that, is he, QPR? Kane just bullets it in, doesn't he? Mourinho said Fulham should apologise if they put out a false striker. Don't take everything he says literally. Reguilon is quality. Isn't he just? Here is Harry Kane. Plays that up the line looking for Son. Can't quite find him. And Tetty is turned over. Here's Bobby Reed. Reed inside. Here's Tete. And out it goes for a corner. Almost as good as Austin's header last night. Ryan, no, you're not going to get banned for that. If you're, as my kind of thing in the chat is, if you're expressing a view that is genuinely your held view and it doesn't do anybody any harm or you're not insulting anybody, then fine by me. Like I say, I believe in freedom of speech. Just don't come on here insulting people's appearance or whatever. That's the only thing that ticks me off. Corner goes in, headed out. Then, no, you're all good, matey. Captain Kane for the fantasy football. And there is Captain Kane. Not only heading clear in the centre-back position, but winning a free kick as well. .28 gone in this one. 1-0 Spurs. Just come into it from sort of the last 10 minutes, really. The two chances for Son and then Kane just burying the diving header there, giving Areola no chance. I will reel in the controversial opinions. Ryan, as we said many times, I think you're a smart chap. You always have good insights. Freedom of speech, we're all okay with, honestly. And we live in a world where apparently if people have different opinions now that you can't communicate with them, I totally don't want to foster a place where, you know, if we disagree with someone, we ban them. That's nonsense to me. And I always try and, you know, if I'm on a penalty call or something, I always try and read out the views that disagree with mine, just to show that I do try and foster that thing. We just can't have this situation where you disagree with somebody on something and it's cancel, ban, all of that. That doesn't end in a good position, does it? Here is Ndombele. Inside it goes to Højbjerg. Back to Ndombele. Inside to Aurier, the right back. Forward, Kane. I can't believe he's missed. I genuinely can't believe he's missed that. Spurs could be 3 up in this one already. 2 chances for Kane now. 2 for Son. That was probably the clearest chance of all of them, including the goal. Aurier's playing really well. Kane is like in line with the near post, about 5 yards out, and he's headed that over the bar. I cannot believe it. Deary me. Your only bad view tonight was about Adarabioyo being world class. I did question that one. Yeah. Big chance for Kane. Who am I voting for in the elections in May then? I think that might class as personal. John Walk, so we'll give that one a wide berth, and I think that might be something I decide in May, of course, as well. So, Harry Kane missing a chance, surely that's fake news. On top of Heung-min Son missing 2 chances as well, but it happened. I promise. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Here is Dyer. Dyer to Højbjerg. Kane has come really, really short. He pings that one over the top, looking for Sissoko. Adrabio heads it away, and Anderson completes the clearance, and Dombele wins it back, though. Here is Reguilon. And Højbjerg. And Son. Out it goes to Sanchez. Spurs looking good now, aren't they? Winks has got it. Here is Kane. It's gone loose. I think there's a foul, on Ndombele there. Liam says, I see Fulham staying up if they buy a striker. I hear Mitrovic is quite good. Love this channel. It's full of woke, wet weekend. It's Russ's words, not mine there. I find those type of people are such oxymorons. They claim equality, but cry if you disagree slightly, full on equality and debate. Well, hopefully, it's all just about listening when people are discussing stuff, isn't it? Sometimes you see people, on podcasts or whatever, on videos online, and they're not listening to each other or taking on the other person's point of view, are they? Which is, it's real simple stuff, really, isn't it? That people lack the ability to listen, and the ability to be open-minded and not spring to a quick judgment, hey? Kane, 11 goals, 11 assists in the Premier League. He's a joke, isn't he? What a player. What do you think about Lingard potentially going to Nice on loan? Didn't he score 4 goals for Birmingham? Was that his debut as well, Lingard? Can't remember. Was that... Am I getting the right guy? Blade's interested in Lingard, says Lee. Don't want us paying those wages. Yeah, it sounds expensive, but proven elite player in his prime, wasn't he? Les will be always what a player he was for Spurs as well, and Newcastle. Strikers should make their problems go, Fulham, but I'm a Tottenham fan, says Lesego, if I'm pronouncing that right. Fulham need a striker now. Have Hogan for free. What you going to do, brother? Looked on the injury list. Mitrovic is in trouble, isn't he, for, how can I say this, flouting some COVID rules. Here's Loftus-Cheek out to Tete. Tete crosses first time. Loftus-Cheek on the volley. Oh, just wide. I think it might have deflected. It hit Cavaliero on the way through. Good quick transition from Fulham. Good play by Loftus-Cheek and great technique on the volley. It's unlucky. I wonder if Bobby Reid would have been flagged offside if that had gone in. Do you know, I don't think he would have been. I think he steps out the way of the ball and he's not in the goal, in the line of the shot. So close. Fulham want a striker. They can have Drummich. Yes, a failing Norwich striker. Mitrovic is in severe decline, says Chris. He might just be a white elephant now, Mitrovic, because he'll score 25 goals in the Championship, but you also know it'll cost you 20 million. So he's one of these players with a skill set that nobody can afford to actually take on. Almost got a heart attack after that Fulham attack. Chill, Lesego. It's all good. Just wide of the post. Was Lingard ever that good? How many games did he play at top level? Did he get over 100 games for Man United? Got to be good, haven't you? Got to be good. Mitrovic has always been a bit of a loose cannon as Sissoko tries to get through. Here is... Oof. Everyone wants equality. However, you need some diversity to swing the balance back rather than the cataclysmic leap to equality. It's difficult, isn't it? You hope you get it naturally, don't you, without it being forced. If it needs a little push, then it's got to be a little push. Else, you know what happens, don't you, Lee? You upset everybody the other way, then, don't you? So you can't win. Basically, you can't win. People are different, aren't they? And until you make everybody exactly the same. Every time I see Scott Parker, I immediately streets in my head. Dry your eyes, mate. Long one into the channel for Kane to chase, headed away by Adarabio. Let me take you to Equality Street. Love that song. Oh, handball shout in there. Is VAR looking at that one? I mean, it's totally not deliberate, and his arm's in a natural position, Adarabio. But hey, I thought, what's his name? Fernandez for Newcastle last night had met those two criteria. But no, apparently now, if you move your arm towards the ball, forget deliberate, forget natural or unnatural position, handball. I give you Phil Jones for that theory, Ben. Surely you have to be a certain standard. There must be if it's 100 games in the Premier League, you have to be an elite footballer to play 100 games in the Premier League. It's so hard, isn't it? I know some players play 100 games and then decline, but you have to be good, don't you? Fulham aren't playing like a club in the bottom three. Good news for them. Theon says, how many dearly departed teams do you think will go down? All I'll say, Theon, is if it's only 2, I'll be happy, because could well be 3, couldn't it? But hey, another 3 will replace them. So what are you going to do? And your team Leeds are likely going to be one of them. Fernandez swiped at the ball. Well, you could argue, though, that was in his running action and he just had his arm come back from sharp. It's difficult, difficult, isn't it? Yes, the arm moves towards the ball. You can call that a swipe without being disingenuous, can't you? Is a swipe unnatural when you're running? I don't know. Here is Anderson, centre circle. Adarabio falls over on the ball. He's going to get robbed by Ndombele. Oh, good ball. Here's Kane. He's got Son ahead of him. Oh, Højbjerg is arriving. Højbjerg. Oh, dear. Now you want one of the 2 players the other side of the pitch to be running on to that. Sadly, it was Højbjerg, the defensive midfielder. If it had been Kane or Son, maybe a different story. Alistair asked, when's Wednesday going to appoint a new manager? I think the owner's playing a clever game and wait until the end of the window so they don't have to invest. Maybe. Surely someone will come in. I predicted it'd be before this Friday, but hasn't happened. But the next 2 games have been cancelled, so it's bought them a little bit of time. No, I'll leave the politics. Personally, didn't feel it was natural on second view, and I think it's penalties there. Well, Russ, when I see a professional referee go and look at the screen, having been told by 10 people at Stockley Park who have probably been studying the rules all week that it's a penalty and he gives a penalty, then I accept it's probably a penalty. Maybe it's just the law that I have a bit of an issue with. Low shot struck through by Anguissa there. Maybe it is a penalty, but if it is a penalty, maybe they need to just edit the laws even more then. Although it does say moving your hand towards the ball, which can clearly be done by accident and with your arm not in an unnatural position. But hey-ho, enough of that. Imagine if no dearly departed teams went down. Wow. So how many teams would I be covering then, James? 24 in the Championship. Ipswich presumably will stay in League One, so that's 25, 8, 33. Holy hell. Is Ada Milito going to Spurs? Because I hear speculation. Anyone know anything about that? If it's not dearly departed of Championship, I'm struggling. Into the box goes Anderson, centre half forward. A huge handball shout from Bobby Reed there. I wonder if referee Tierney's hearing anything in his ear about that one. They'll be checking right now, and when it goes dead, if there's anything in that, they will stop everything. There's a free kick against Winks. Anderson had made a hell of a run there. Has referee Tierney paused the game here? Let's have a look at this. I think Anderson's just cross that he didn't get that handball call and knocks Winks off the ball. Amazon haven't showed us a replay there, so where was that one? I wanted to read that. Hang on. Anyway, Blow says Bournemouth missed their advantage to go into second. Indeed, they did. Unchallenged last night. Only QPR and Luton playing as well. So, yeah, big chance for Bournemouth last night. To any Wednesday fans, how was Winnall, a Championship striker? He's really good for Barnsley, wasn't he, Animation? I think he had a horrible injury, though, didn't he? Does John know what he's watching here? Keep them coming, John. Hey, we try and answer everything as honestly as we can, although the politics does rile people up, doesn't it? Here is Aurier. Højbjerg blocked out. You are really seeing now 9 out of 10 players defending crosses in the box now stick their hands behind their back like Liam Gallagher. So scared of the old handballs there that we were just debating. Harrison Reed, lovely ball. Oh, Bobby Reed, that's really good defending by Reguilon. Really good pace, actually, because Bobby Reed's quick, although he did have the extra issue of trying to control the ball, of course. But Reguilon just snicks in and nicks the ball off him. Everyone's trying to debunk my amount of games played in the Premier League means you're a good player. I think I'll go and hide. How's my fantasy going? I've struggled to keep up with that on the channel as well. Should have done something this week, shouldn't I? Deary me, slapped wrist. Am I safe from COVID? I hope so. Although my missus has to go into a school every day, so I don't know quite how safe I am. There we go. Just coming up half time now, 44-22. Here comes Kane. Plays that one through, looking for Aurier. That's been a good battle with Aurier and Robinson. Abolish politics and make it whoever wins the World Cup is in charge for the world for the 4 years between the 4 tournaments. Imagine how bent the World Cup would become then if you think it's kosher in the first place. But sounds fun. Up for a laugh, me. Here's Dyer, centre circle. 1 minute stoppage time. Only on YouTube could you have 2 people claiming to be Jimmy Savile in the chat arguing who is the real Jimmy Savile. Am I allowed to say his name without shame? Harrison Reed, probably 1 foul away from a yellow card now on the old totting up process. And Dombele doing that business that he always does, comes short and wins the foul. I think this is going to be the last play of the first half. Winks to Son. Referee Tierney surely is going to blow his whistle now. And we are done. Half time, 1-0 to Spurs. We'll have a look at the numbers, guys. And then Get your questions in. We had a good chat in the first half. Lots of good stuff coming, even in the comments. Let's just bring up the split screen. Let me get rid of that. We'll just see how that first half panned out numbers-wise. Wow. SofaScorer giving Spurs 5 big chances. Can we remember? Crikey, let me just bring up the XG on Infogol. I didn't quite have it at 5. I suppose, 2 for Kane and 2 for Son. What was the other one? Crikey. I didn't realise it was quite that bad. Let me just bring up the XG on... I just get the Infogol app up on my phone. That might be quite a high number for Spurs then, in that for crikey, 2.19. So the numbers alone say Spurs are an efficient attacking machine here, and they're good value for this. My eye test didn't quite have it as that far ahead, but I suppose, and we shouldn't take into account identity. We shouldn't take into account that it's Kane and Son having the chances, but you would expect at least one more goal. So maybe Spurs would be more value at 2-0, but they're not. It's 1-0. 58% on the possession. 10 shots to 7, 4 on target to 2, 3 corners to 2 in Fulham's favour. But the glaring stat is those big chances, isn't it? 5 big chances to 0, and they attack transition so quickly and create those chances. Mourinho, shades of who were the wingers he used to have? Robin and Duff, wasn't it? Who were they did it in, they would do it more carrying the ball with their feet rather than the quick, amazing passing that we see, and certainly we saw for the goal and the crossing. But those numbers make Spurs look good value, don't they? Let's just have a look at the live league table. And that puts Spurs... Oh, I got that wrong. I said they were going up to 4th. They are actually going up to 3rd. Have they added on Man City's points? They have, haven't they? It's going to be a good night for Spurs if they can carry on the way things are going. Just a couple of plugs from me down the bottom there. We've got the YouTube thing up. I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. It's not recurring. There's a Patreon plug down there. You know the deal. We had a sign up today. What was his name? I can't remember. I think it was Ben, actually, same as mine. But thank you. And I know I can see we've got Patreons in the chat. So thank you, everybody who has supported. Yes, James, it was Højbjerg's chance, wasn't it? He's totally right. Okay. 5 big chances for Spurs. Goodness me. Right. What's going on here in the chat? Let's get some topics, some questions to talk about over halftime as my shirt gapes. After 3, nobody wants to see that. Still can't believe Ipswich and Sunderland are going to stay in League One for eternity, Alistair, not another season. That's what we think anyway. But I can. So there you go. Thoughts on Harrop for you lot? I'm all for it. We're not very good, and he's a championship level player, so we'll take him. Thank you to Noah who pointed this out. Only Savile we want to be discussing in this channel is George of Borough. Ex of Millwall, indeed. Dread to think that Fulham kit would look like in the height of summer. There's yellow, and there's blinding sunshine yellow. Blinded by the light. Oh, there's Matt Holland on the Amazon coverage. What a player Matt Holland was, eh? Lockdown has me bored, but to create a Jimmy Savile profile to comment on YouTube, that is dangerous levels of boredom. David, for goodness sake, sometimes we get people create multiple names in the same stream, normally referring to me in less than pleasant ways, but it takes me 1 second to block them, and it presumably takes them 2 minutes to create them. So needless to say, I had the last laugh. Harrison Reed is one of those that never stops running. Little Duracell bunny, isn't he? Hey? Grand Designs is over, Lee. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you have your Yorkshire puds today, fella? Yes, we have had one of those Jimmy Saviles. I think he might be a Leeds fan, actually. I think that's the joke part of it. But there you go. We're going to see the Spurs goal again. Lovely cross by Reguilon, and Kane just bullets it in. It was Højbjerg who played the ball initially. It just caught them. And narrow there, Fulham. Tete is tucked in, presumably as instructed. But it's just quality from Kane then, isn't it? Just slams it in. Off of the post. Missed opportunities, says Hip, could come back to bite Spurs. Fulham did look dangerous on the break. Yeah, there's a chance Fulham score in this game, but Spurs should still be winning it on that evidence. Going to do a Football Manager save alongside my Reading one to go with one of the dearly departed. Don't know which one. Well, none of them are going to be easy, put it that way. I do Villa. I do Villa, I think. Assuming it's harder to do Football Manager with Leeds if you're not Marcelo Bielsa, if you're just a mere mortal. No one wants to see that, do they? Sell chair, get Mowat. What do you think, Noah and Ben? I think half the championship want Mowat, don't they? Look, no offence to QPR. I suspect we'll see him in the top half unless they can, well, you know what I'm saying. Make him an offer. He can't refuse. Money talks. Dirty cash, I want you. Who sang that song? Dirty cash, I need you more. It's either dodgy names or dodgy profile pictures in these streams. Look at that. There's Russell Brand and Jesus there from Dave. Sensational. Amazon coverage is better than Sky and BT. Well, if it's got Matt Holland on, then it must be, mustn't it? Jimmy Savile, David Brent, Lewis Grab and Neil Warnock, all fans of the channel. Absolutely. And we had Steve Bruce in here earlier. The real Steve Bruce, obviously. Speaking of boredom, I ended up watching Steph's Packed Lunch today. What is that? Steph's Packed Lunch? Is that a kids program or something? I don't know. Loftus Cheek was really close with that volley, wasn't it? Jack says, who was a better striker, Lee Gregory or Steve Morrison? Well, that depends on your definition. If you're talking striker as a goal scorer, then Lee Gregory. Who's a better player? I would say Steve Morrison on intelligence and skill set, but a great front two for Millwall. Steve Morrison, great player, underappreciated at Norwich. Yeah, I like Steve Morrison. Wish a club would quickly take San Jose. Oh, I like San. Trouble at Birmingham. I thought San Jose was good. They were all excited about him, weren't they? My mum just woke up and says, hello, recognises your voice. Reeves a hello to QPR Forevers. Mum, lovely stuff. Can't figure the logic of Wednesday's next two fixtures being off because players self-isolating haven't reported cases before Exeter. It's okay for them to infect. I'd have to look into that case, Chris. I guess it's not okay for them to infect Exeter players. But if the cases were reported beforehand, unless they took the tests and then went and played the game and then got the results afterwards, but that would seem odd, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I won't get involved. To be fair, I made that picture as an ironic, sarcastic joke ages ago, and you did find it funny, but I think I might say to Mr. Blobby. What a hero, Mr. Blobby. Christmas number 1, 1990 something. I was a big Noel's House Party fan. Used to watch that every Saturday night with my parents. Great stuff. Well, I mean, it was rubbish, but it was great when you were a kid, wasn't it? Lovely stuff. Sell chair to Reading, please. Fitted nicely there, wouldn't he? Fitted nicely in most places. Chair, good player. Has there been a Mick McCarthy profile yet? Do you reckon he's moved? Do you reckon he bought property in Cyprus? He probably didn't, did he? Probably just rented somewhere. But I'm sure we'll see him back on the telly if he wants a job, doesn't he? Just a rumour. I heard that Onel Hernandez is linked with Birmingham. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Not to a rival, but thoughts on Millwall's result last night. Did you catch the highlights and stats? Yes, I did a video on it, Connor. So obviously I would say stay in the stream now and enjoy hanging with us, but head over and watch that video. Steve Bruce has been given the vote of confidence by Mike Ashley to the dread of all Newcastle fans. Poor old Steve Bruce. Bless him. It's his hometown club, isn't it? He's doing his best with what he's got. Can't keep anybody happy. Dear oh me. Right, Amazon are on their last ad break. Oh, literally, as I say it, it's frozen. It's gone a bit pixelated as well. Hopefully, that's just my internet being rubbish. And we're going to be heading in to the second half very, very soon. We hope. And we hope the Amazon coverage doesn't fall over. If not, I think I can get it on my phone. Unless Shaylee's watching MasterChef or something downstairs on Prime. There we go. Doesn't a vote of confidence from the board after Mina sacking a fortnight later? Always used to on, what was the one before Championship Manager? Premier Manager. I remember my dad having to explain to me, I said, but Dad, I got vote of confidence. He's like, Ben, that's not a good thing. It's the dreaded vote of confidence. What a question, Liam. How many bad results would it take for Paul Lambert to be sacked? I suspect around 600. And then maybe he would be fired. Not going to happen. Weird for me to hear Rhodes bash. He was the Maso, wasn't he? Just goal machine for Blackburn. One of the best in the Championship for sure. And then just that move to Middlesbrough. Off a cliff since then. Leeds, says Jaggy. Actually, should we do a quick roll call, being as Jaggy said that? I'll count down from 3. And everyone just bung the team they support in, just to give me a quick reminder. Are you ready? So the team you support after 3. Here we go. Don't jump the gun. 3, 2, 1. Who do you support? MasterChef would like to go on there. I would like to go on there and just eat everybody's food. But no. I don't know whether it is a guilty pleasure, but Shaylee and I are quite big fans of Gordon Ramsay content. I find him very entertaining. Something of the Neil Warnock about him. He amuses me greatly. Right, let's see what kind of a mix we've got tonight. Oxford, Harchester, Leeds, Borough, Leeds, Mill. Rovers, Watford, Norwich, Villa, QPR, Birmingham, QPR, MK, Leeds, Ipswich. Nice, good. So we should have 15, 20 teams covered there and at least 3 divisions as well. So plenty of knowledge in there, plenty for us to talk about. It's another Premier League game tomorrow night between Arsenal and Palace, but we don't care about that, do we? Millwall for Dave and the Blades for Lee. Excellent stuff. And really lovely from my point of view to know that the work I've done, travelling up to Leeds or to Millwall or to Norwich or to Sheffield United has worked. And we've managed to bring in fans of all of these teams. I support whoever the rivals of Met Police are. Crooks FC. I've got no idea what you're talking about, Jack. Love the way you said Birmingham. That's only because I know him. He won't mind. Don't worry. Cameron McGeehan back on the way to the Championship. I think we're going to do a transfer video. There's 5 to talk about on my list at the moment. So I don't know if any more has gone through today. It's actually been quite slow this week, hasn't it? bit of a splurge at the start when the window opened. I think some deals had already been done, haven't they? But slowed down this past week, hasn't it? Are there any championship teams that you have no fans on the channel? There are ones animation that we struggle with, where we have less fans than other. But I think generally we've got some fans from all of the teams. But yeah, there's big, sort of Millwall, Norwich, Sheffield United, Reading. Actually, trying to think. I don't want to miss anyone out. Watford's been quite good since they've come down as well. So yeah, look, some clubs. Yeah, we do have some Cov and Wickham. Oh, Loftus-Cheek plays it across. Sorry, we do have some Cov and Wickham fans for sure. We have Ben, who's often here for Wickham, and a guy called Nathan, who's really here comes Sissoko into the box. Oh, great feet! Oh, good tackle. And Kane takes it off him. Kane then dinks it back in. What a start to the second half. Chances at either end already. Goodness me. Bobby Reed, Loftus-Cheek. Let me spin my chair a little bit. See if we get a replay of either of those chances. Hip says, great chance for Spurs. He did really well, didn't he? Dombele, great bit of skill to beat. It's Aurier to beat his man. Kane goes down and draws the foul. Come on, Amazon. Let's see a replay then. What was better, Faulty Towers or Phoenix Knights? Someone can take that in the chat. Go on. It's a great tackle in the first instance by Adrabio. Free kick's just gone in the box from Spurs. Bennett to Watford seems to have raised its head again. I know that's not the most interesting. Bennett, which Bennett, David? Bennett. When Reed begins to tire, I think Spurs will knock a few more in. We shall see. Højbjerg to Son. Holds it up. Strong play by Son. Tries to switch the play. Cavaliero gets a head on it. How does the Faulty Towers music go? Yeah, dun 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 dun. Is that right? Classic. Clipped forward by Anderson, headed away by Sanchez to Aurier. Back to Sanchez. Oh, nice. Good question, Tom. Favorite Oasis song? Right. Let me try and give a good answer to this one. Can I try and give a pretentious? Do you know what? I really liked the Hindu Times, which was like the lead single off one of the not very successful albums after they were really, really massive. Obviously, I've played Don't Look Back in Anger too many times at gigs, and Wonderwall is a bit overplayed for me. Harrison Reed clips that one into the back post, looking for Robinson. Rock and Roll Star, maybe. Here is Reed. Oh, lovely little flick on by Bobby Reed. Tete back post, drills it into the side net. Really clever header by Bobby Reed there. And Kenny Tete probably should have done better with that, shouldn't he? Lovely little flick by Reed, who is then furious as he gets into the middle of the box. Oh yeah, the importance of it. That's the thing with Oasis. They did write some good tunes after the big Britpop boom, didn't they? Joe Bennett, David. Need a left back? I didn't realise his contract was running down, actually. Do you think Cabano from Fulham would be let out? I'm not so sure he would, actually. He's featured a few times, hasn't he? And he's on the bench, isn't he? So I need Lookman to come on. Guy on playing him in the cup. That's him and Foden on the bench. Didn't Foden score earlier? Loftus-Cheek, well dealt with by Højbjerg there. And it's gone loose to Son in the centre circle. He tries to flick it onto Ndombele, but Harrison Reed cleans that up. Ooh, Fulham are in down the left here. Robinson crosses in. I wondered whether he was going to keep it in. That was why I hesitated, but he did, Robinson. It was would have been similar action to the Spurs goal there, where it was Anderson who played the big ball from centre all the way out left. But here comes Højbjerg for Spurs now. Do you ever tinkle the ivories on the Casio? This is not a Casio, my friend, Jack. This is a beautiful Korg. I could tinkle it, but there's no amp down there, so you wouldn't hear anything. I do need to do that. It was one of my New Year's resolution, and it's already how many days we're into January, and I haven't done it. So Ronnie O'Sullivan walks out to rock and roll. Rock and roll is Rock and Roll Star the one that goes, "Is it my imagination?" Is that the one? What's my favourite song? That's broad. That's broad. Have we got an hour? Oh, I like that. Thoughts on Jack Clark to the Potter, says Harry. Actually, that's another one I need to add to my list of transfers. So I'm not going to talk about that, Harry. That's going to be a really annoying answer because I'll do it in a next transfer update video. So yeah, Jack Clark, Spurs to Stoke on loan. Favorite band of all time? Band? Can I not say David Bowie if it's a soloist? Band? Oh, it's just so boring to say Beatles, isn't it? AC/DC? I don't know. Rank the walkout songs at football ground. I'll tell you the worst song at football, Russ, is that Norwich one. That can't go that high. That's horrible, that, isn't it? Cigarettes and alcohol, the song of lockdown. Indeed. And me putting on weight. Queen, obviously. What a band. Dyer. Don't worry, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. You can get nice Casio. You can get nice Casio pianos, Jack. Just don't know any other keyboard brands. You're all right, fella. Marcelo Bielsa should walk out to Ric Flair's theme, which, if you don't know your 80s wrestling, is Also Sprach Zarathustra by... Who wrote that? Is it Wagner? I probably got the wrong composer there. No. Who wrote it? Is it Strauss? Strauss? Bum, 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 bum. That one. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I know it's goal music. I just said the worst music played at football. Wind it back. Spool it back. No fake news from here. Yeah, right. We've heard that goal music too many times, haven't we? Actually, the one thing Norwich do well is, and I didn't realise this. Hang on one sec. Let me just say, corner to Spurs. Son, right-footed. In it comes, punched clear by Areola. I didn't realise this until I watched the Michael Jordan documentary. Oh, good effort there. Curling, right footer by Winks from about 30 yards. I think it's going in the corner. And it's just tipped around the post by Areola. Touch, curler. Oh, that's going in the corner. Good effort there. Good save, that. Really, really good save. No, the one thing Norwich do quite well is they play that music that the Chicago Bulls used to come out to. That's quite fun. Winks goes close. Watch the game, says Connor. I'm trying. Son. Ooh. Corner went in there. I think it came off Tete and just rolled along the floor and just wide. Just hit his thigh, actually. Another corner for Spurs. Actually, I like when they play Mr. Blue Sky at Birmingham, Jay. That's good fun. In it comes to the near post, the next corner, flicked on by Højbjerg. It's Sissoko on the volley. Was he onside? Looks like it. Serious adult question. I think it might be, Lee. I think it might be. Down, 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 down. Ding, 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 ding. Save percentage this season. I didn't read it then. Deary me. I don't want to press wind back. I'll probably mess up my my Amazon coverage here. Here is Dyer. Plays that out to the left to Region, who hoiks it forward quite unceremoniously. Anderson brings it down, plays into Anguissa in central midfield. Out wide it goes to Robinson. A good quick transition by Fulham. Inside to Cavaliero. And Anguissa's got it back. Spurs back in shape. And Fulham have to go into the centre-backs. Anderson. Out it goes to Tete. And wide it goes to Adrabia. And that's a foul by Sanchez. Oh, that's tremendous, isn't it? The Millwall one. Love it. Loads of London clubs have London calling, don't they? I've heard that at several grounds. Oh, God, right here, right now is like the most overplayed. It's like at every football stadium, isn't it? Unbelievable. Norman Cook must have made so much money from football grounds and right here, right now. Here's Bobby Reed. It's gone out wide to Robinson. Again, Robinson's played quite well down the left for Fulham. Always been an option. And here he is again, nice and high up. Robinson crosses in. Good header, clear by Sanchez. Loftus-Cheek. It's a foul by Højbjerg. Just steps across him, doesn't play the ball. Kane's diving header was good, but the best ever was Keith Houchin for Cov in the FA Cup final. 1987. Houchin. Great goal that, wasn't it? And they were playing Spurs, weren't they? Wasn't that the season Clive Allen scored about 70 goals or something stupid? I think the worst individual performance I saw was actually the other night when Jordan Rhodes came on for Sheffield Wednesday and just ran around, got nowhere near the ball for 10 minutes. Sensational. Free kick to Fulham. Bobby Reed is going to take it. It's, 25 yards out? Spurs players clearly standing in front of the line as Ivan Cavaliero is pointing out. No point having a line if they're going to stand in front of it. They've moved forward again. Come on, referee Tierney, sort it out. Here comes Reed, right-footed, straight into the wall. Not a good free kick. Iain. Here's Anguissa. (3-2). Well, we talked about that cup final. Yeah, when cup finals were really good then. Brilliant. Best footballer you've seen play live? Well, that's a loaded question. Oh, when it goes to the back post to Tetty, can't quite get it. That's a loaded question, Joel, because I, along with 10,000 other Ipswich fans, was in the San Siro to see Ipswich play Inter Milan. And for the last 10 minutes of that game, El Fenomeno Ronaldo came on. Now, obviously, he was just coming back for an injury and he didn't do anything. But to answer the question specifically, it would be him, but he didn't do anything. I saw Paolo Maldini play left back for Italy at Wembley against England. Joke of a player. And I hate to say it because he was so bad as our manager. But I remember Roy Keane, one of the Man United Ipswich games, was just so good it wasn't funny. Paolo Di Canio as well for West Ham in the Premier League was sensational. Been very lucky to see some very good players play over the years. Because you see, best player you've seen live is different to best performance, isn't it? Although they kind of go hand in hand sometimes, don't they? Anderson's got it at centre-back. 61 gone in this one. Spurs 1, Fulham 0. Should we bring up the second half numbers? See how this one's panning out. 63% possession to Fulham in the second half. 2 shots, but Spurs have had 2 on target, haven't they? That crazy sort of first minute of the second half. Actually, here comes Sissoko. Outside it goes to Kane. Kane's on the right-hand side of the box. Puts it in low. Sissoko steps over it. And Iain on the cover has cleared it. Aurier plays it to Sanchez. And Winks. Now Aurier comes down the right again. They're good, the Spurs fullbacks, aren't they? Aurier and Reguilon. It's turned over, though. Here's Anguissa, who will always trust himself in a 50-50 when a player closes him down. He's giving it away, though. Maybe he shouldn't. On Dombele. Oh, Robinson's charged down there. Kane on the byline there. He was trying to pick Son out and he didn't manage to pull off the cross. 62-45. Gone. Best player I've seen live. The GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo. Lovely stuff. FA Cup final 2004. But have I seen Cristiano Ronaldo play live? Don't think I have, actually. Put that final on ITV in first lockdown. Oh, what, the Coventry Spurs one? So is Glenn Hoddle still there at that point? Russ, what a player. Will he be doing any more streams with Big D from Lions TV? No doubt, yeah, if I get the invite, that is. One of the best players I've seen live is Scholes. Yeah, he was comedy, wasn't he? Watched 2 guys do kick-ups higher than the stadium. Actually, do you know what? Do you know what I remember about when I saw 2 guy play, and he was ridiculously good. It was the first game after 9/11 because I remember Blackburn had Brad Friedel playing for them. Yeah, 2 guy was so good as a deep line playmaker. I think I put him in my all-time 11 I'd seen live when I did that video. Trying to think who I had in that. Here's Anguissa. Reed to Iain. Anthony Robinson crosses in, charge down. Chris is going in with the big guns there. George Best. Does your George Best beat my Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima, though, Chris? Not much in it with those two, is there? Certainly both in the top 10 of all time, those two, aren't they? Corner for Fulham. Cavaliero, right-footed. Deep one to the back post. Loftus-Cheek gets there, headed on by Adrabio. Can't get any purchase on the header. Messi v Ronaldo. What game was that then, Lee? You didn't go to one of those Barca Real games, did you? Brilliant. Oh, good feet by Greece. Has done really well. Can he beat Ndombele right down in the corner? No. He's going to go out for a goal kick. He's overplayed that one, hasn't he? Do you know what, Connor? I've heard about this Paul Merson performance, but I then heard about it and I looked for footage. I couldn't find any. So let me know if you got end of season DVD. But yeah, apparently Paul Merson, played the game of his life for Pompey at Millwall and was unplayable, to use a word I don't like, but there you go. Hoddle and Waddle. Diamond. Wow. They had Hoddle, Waddle and Clive Allen and didn't beat Coventry in the cup final. Well done, Coventry. I got that stupid song in my head now. Can you get one of those colour changing light bulbs for some half-time mini rave when a team scores? That actually sounds quite amusing. What, on the fish tank up there? I think we probably can do, actually. Leave that one with me, James, but that sounds humorous and desirable to my sense of humour. Winks. Sanchez into Sissoko to Aurier. Back to halfway and Sanchez. Højbjerg, to be fair to him, he's a good player, actually, isn't he? Just sits in front of that back four and he's always in space. Look, he's not going to, we were just talking about two guy. He's not going to get the ball and play a two-guy pass. Although he did play that diagonal for the first goal. I mean, he's not going to thread balls through the lines or anything, but really decent player, actually, Højbjerg. Very useful in there for Spurs playing that role. Here is Ndombele into the box. He's just crowded out there. Harrison Reed gets it clear. Lookman. By the way, Lookman came on. And here's Anguissa. Such a strong runner. Referee Tierney gets in the way. Apologises to Anguissa, but they've managed to play that one on. Cavaliero comes inside. Lookman. Surely he's fouled there by Aurier. And it's a free kick to Fulham. Ronaldo, not a patch on the goat. Steve Morrison. I was the best player ever and the Inept Welsh FA only gave me 20 caps. Welcome Steve Morrison into the chat. Beautiful. Underrated shout. Damien Duff and Dempsey with Pogrebniak. That's a name you don't hear shouted out too much. Tall Wolves, a new one about 8 years ago. Brilliant. Refresh it, but I'm not touching it, Ryan. I am at 68.40 on here, so pause. In goes the free kick from Cavaliero to the back post. Fulham are still in this game, only 1-0 down. And Gisa is over on the right wing. Played inside to Harrison Reed. Reed's got it back. Not going to pop it in the box. They're going to be patient here. It's gone out to Robinson on the left, who's had a good game. Lookman, who's outside him on the left wing. Loftus-Cheek. Reed. It's a bit lateral and someone needs to play through the lines. And yeah, Fulham have lost it. Spurs can't counter though. Excellent feat by Bobby Reed to beat Heung-min Son there. Give and go. This is a great play by Reeve. Into Loftus-Cheek, bit of space, edge of the box. Look, man. Robinson's over. Look, man. Beats his man. Puts it across and Sanchez blocks. Good patient build-up by Fulham. In the end, they do force their way into the box, but Spurs defending excellent there. And Harry Kane, brilliant. What a tackle that was. Going back into the right-back area, sliding into the tackle and winning a throw-in. Decent all-rounder, to say the least, is Harry Kane, isn't he? David Speedy, hat-trick of headers. And I always forget who it was. Someone will tell me in the chat. 1990 World Cup, the best hat-trick of headers is by a Czech striker. It's either Lubos Kubik or Thomas Skuravi. And I can't remember who it is. Can someone look it up? Czechoslovakia, as it was then, striker who scored a hat-trick of headers in the 1990 World Cup. And I was just a little kid and I couldn't get enough of it. I can't pronounce it. Pogrebniak still going in Russia. You can still find him. Here comes Spurs. Son is in behind. Son, he's going to score. He's hit the post. Oh, my God. I can't believe Heung-min Son hasn't scored at least 2 goals in this game. Normally, he would have with the chances he's had today. Gets in behind there. Normally, just does not miss. Hits there inside of the post. Wow. Thank you, Box. It was Thomas Skuravi, was it? Didn't he used to play in Italy? He didn't really get hold of the shot there, but just trickles along the ground, doesn't it? Oof. Ipswich's greatest player, says Connor, is Kevin Beattie, followed by John Walk. But I didn't see either of those guys. But I did see John Walk actually play, but not in his prime as a central midfielder. The best 2 I've seen since I've been watching have been Kieran Dyer and Marcus Stewart, I would say. Clipped over the top. Cavaliero chasing in behind. Dyer, head it, kick it, gets rid of it there. Looks like you've cleaned up your alcoholism. It's only because I'm on the water temporarily. Paul Merson took my autograph book when he was Walsall man. He's got the whole Walsall squad. Lovely stuff. Interesting chap, Paul Merson, isn't he? But I think he has a good heart, doesn't he? Sod's law. Son in the fantasy team. Not had his shooting boots on today. He's got hat tricks with chances like this season. Yes, worrying times for Lewis and the Derby fans there. Hopefully they can get that takeover sorted out. Administration means minus 12 points. That would not be good news at all. Yeah, I thought Skuravi, but it was probably like a home game for him, wasn't it? Playing in Italy in the 1990 World Cup. Still my favourite World Cup, that. Wow, loved it. Reed and Gisa out wide to Robinson, who I've very much enjoyed. Robinson to Lookman. Lookman crosses in, headed goalwards. What a header by Cavaliero, 1-1. Fulham have equalised, and a Mitrovic-like header by Cavaliero. He powers it in, and they deserve to score in this game. Obviously, Spurs could have completely put them out of sight, but that's a great goal by Fulham for the equaliser there. Cavaliero, who's been moved up front by Scott Parker this season. That's a tremendous goal. Lookman, the substitute, beats Sanchez. Great assist. What a header that is. Joe Jordan used to work for Spurs, didn't he? That's a Joe Jordan. You name it. Tim Cahill, Jurgen Klinsmann. Name all the best headers of a ball. That's an absolute corker, that one by Cavaliero. Climbs up, powers it in. Lloris makes a really good dive in there. Scott Parker with the fist pump on the side there. What a great equaliser by Cavaliero. And Fulham, despite all the missed chances for Spurs, have looked dangerous all game. Someone said, didn't they, in the chat, these missed chances could bite Spurs in the backside. Particularly, and obviously we love him as a player, Son. 3 good chances for him hitting the post. Big chance for Kane as well in the first half on top of his goal. And 1 for Højbjerg in the first half. And it's 1-1. Eric Lamela has come on for Winks. Jose must be furious that they're not winning this game now. But it is indeed 1-1. Let's go to your comments. And they all say goal, goal. Spurs clean sheet gone. Absolutely. Typical Spurs again. Lookman, yeah, he's just had... he kind of came into the team all guns blazing, Lookman. Then he missed that pen, didn't he, and came back out again. But, yeah, that was a great assist, wasn't it? Towering header indeed. Rob J says, so Arnold Muren, not one of your top players. I didn't say that, did I, Rob? I said the 2 best Ipswich players are Beattie and Walk. And then I said the 2 best I've seen. Obviously, yes, Muren and Tyson and probably the entire 81 team would be in there. But no, that is not what I said, that Arnold Muren, not one of your top players. No, mischaracterization there. We have to push back against that. That could go in the fake news sin bin, that one, Rob, couldn't it? What else are we saying here? Are you quoting me there, Ridley? Owners relegate clubs. I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham nick this. Well, 15 to go. Maybe Fulham should have more matches arranged at short notice. It's going well. How long for us to hold on? Yeah, 76-27. Points dropped when winning. Spurs 8. And here come Fulham down the left again. Look, man. Oh, poor from Cavaliero. Just plays it behind Robinson. Oh, and some really big S-housery there from Scott Parker, stopping Lamela, taking the throw in. I'm surprised Mourinho didn't have a shout at him for that, but he probably appreciates the S-housery there of Parker. Excellent stuff. Booted up in the air by Adrabio, headed back by Højbjerg. Kane comes short. It's back with Dyer inside the Tottenham half. Oh, trying to play through the lines there. And here come Fulham on transition. And Lookman, who has looked very dangerous, drives into the 10 position. Lookman. Oh, he plays through. Loftus-Cheek, he's in. Oh, and Lloris has saved it. Wow. Fulham could have gone 2-1 up there. Here they come again. Anguissa. Lookman to Cavaliero. Comes inside, hits it right-footed. What a chance for Loftus-Cheek. Oh, Lookman, absolutely brilliant there. Drives into the 10 position, plays in Loftus-Cheek. Lloris, good save. You've got to give it to him there. But could Loftus-Cheek have just lifted it? It's a great run by Loftus-Cheek. He's onside and he just sorts his feet out. Well done, Lloris, quickly off his line. But he could have just dinked it. And he's scoring there. It's excellent from Lloris. What a chance for Fulham, though. Goodness me. Possession last 5, says Amazon. 62% Fulham. Well done. Scott Parker, he's having a really good go at this season, isn't he? Woo! Jay's here. Excellent. Long time no see, Jay. Who is a sponsor of our Dearly Departed shows. And this is a Dearly Departed show. Should we give him a Dearly Departed special watch along? Should we give him a shout out quickly as Kane has it in the centre circle? Jay, Dearly Departed, also known as Ben, couldn't bear to lose us. Aurier has it down the right-hand side. In it goes in field. And Kane is taking up all sorts of odd positions now. Over on the left wing there. Headed away by Adrabio. Harrison Reed helps it on. Always like watching Cavaliero in the Championship. Had a lot of stick this season. Yeah, it's strange. Should have been perfect, that Fulham front three last season. Cavaliero, Knockaert and Mitrovic. But it's almost like they wanted to play the way Spurs are playing and quickly get them on the ball. And Parker wanted to play patient football. It didn't work for either Cavaliero or Knockaert. But Cavaliero playing up top here today and recently doing well. Kane nods down the cross, cleared away. And Lookman, who I think it was David said in the chat, has been really good since he's come on. Good feet by him. And he's then given the ball away. Typically. Lamella, good ball to Kane. Kane wins a corner down the right-hand side. Rabiot, furious about that one. 80 minutes and 12 seconds gone. 1-1. Here comes Vinicius. Another forward coming on. And Ndombele is coming off. So I guess Lamella is going to take that number 10 position now. Well, honestly, doesn't really matter how they line up top now. They're just getting numbers, extra forwards on the pitch now. And it goes from the corner, headed out by Rabiot. Reguilon tries to put that one in, and it's gone all the way out for a goal kick. 80 minutes and 55 seconds gone on my feed. Going to be a great draw for Fulham if they can hold out. We're just seeing a really great header by Cavaliero. Seeing the replay from that. Lookman with the assist. It's a great goal. Two really good goals in this game. These bloody late kickoffs messing my bedtime, Russ. Do you know what happens, Russ? I do these streams and my missus will already be down ready for bed. And I'm all hyper. I'm getting to bed like, ooh. And then I can't sleep with these late kickoffs. So I know what you mean. Kane trying to find Son. Iain does well. Bobby Reeve puts it forward. Oh, great play by Loftus-Cheek. Beautiful hold up by him. Finds Lookman. Lookman plays it through. Cavaliero turns. Good feet by him. He's held on to it a little bit too long. Oh, it's poor. He tries to play it to Iain, and Iain slipped. Poor decision there from Cavaliero, despite the slip. And here comes Spurs. Will they make them pay? Vinicius. Good cross in, looking for Son. And Rabiot clears it. Good stuff here. Good game. 1-1. 82-20 gone. No bail yet. No. But we're in 5 subs. It could happen. Sissoko is bustling his way through. Just tries to take on too many. And it's going to be a goal kick for Fulham. The only time Ben can fall straight to sleep after a watch long is if Birmingham's been playing. Right. Birmingham versus Middlesbrough or something, yeah? Ben, the Sheikh signed a contract agreeing to buy Derby, so how can he pull out of... Lewis, as I always say, show me the contract. I don't know. If you can show me a contract and all the fine print and understand it, then I'll believe it when I see it. But there's intent to buy and there's buying, and he hasn't bought it yet. So offside there, Cavaliero. 83-34 gone. Bale hasn't worked out. Real Madrid are worried he'll return at the end of the season. Doesn't he get paid some ungodly amount of money by Real Madrid as well? I mean, I know he's been an amazing player, but bit of a white elephant now, I think. Areola taking his time to control that. Abubakar Kamara and Josh Onoma are getting ready. Looks like they're both going to come on. Oh, lovely touch around the corner by Lookman. Robinson doesn't read it. Lookman playing beautifully, isn't he? just down that sort of inside left position for Fulham. Really good sub cameo from him. We'll most likely see you in League One next season. I sincerely hope not, for your sake, Lewis, because without a points deduction, Derby will be absolutely fine, won't they? But hey, minus 12, and Mark says Wigan got shafted as well. Same could happen to Derby. Owners relegate clubs. 650,000 a week. I could live off that, Russ. I could probably, if I earned that for a year, I'd probably just retire and just be done. Well, God, imagine the amount of tax you'd pay. You need a really good accountant there to minimise that. Good play by Dyer. He's a brave defender, isn't he? Jay, Paul Lambert's never going to be sacked. Never, ever. He's got the job for life. Son in the centre of the goal there. The cross goes in. He tries to... It's not been his day, Son. Such a brilliant player, but yeah, he's set high standards for him that he hasn't quite met today. He's offside there, is he? Or is the guy on the far side playing him on? Cavaliero, the goal scorer, great headed goal by him, is coming off. 85-49 on the clock. Camera comes on. Bit of pace, bit of power up front. I think Onima was going to come on as well. Good job by Cavaliero, especially given that goal. Real are playing 300 grand of it. It's insane, isn't it? Absolutely insane when you consider, a lot of us follow championship teams, and 300 grand a week would pay the entire squad 3 times over, wouldn't it? Deary me. And that's just a contribution to a player you don't want. But there we go. Oh, I'd be able to do some good investing with 1.5 mil, Russ. A few little bits of property into the portfolio. Live off the monthly income. Bosh. We're done. Good turn by Camera. Can he get the cross in? Yes, he can. Robinson arriving. Robinson into the box. The shot's blocked. It's a really good block by Aurier. Goodness me. I'm desperate to read this comment for one reason. You are fake news. CNN should be ashamed to be working with... I can't do his voice. I'm terrible at impressions. But I think that obviously we've got to open it up. In it goes into the fake news sin bin. It's what it was made for. I invest it all on Football Index and lose it all in a week, couldn't I? Deary me. In it goes. Here come Fulham again. Camera. Wide right with Sanchez. Lookman was forward and Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek's got it now. Loftus-Cheek, it's a lazy, tired ball there, and Spurs win it, but Iain is on the cover. Goodness me. 1.5 mil, put it on black. There you go. It sounds like something out of Breaking Bad, doesn't it? Do you not find it bad that the club is keeping the fans in the dark? Yes, Lewis, but I don't know if there's anything going on there. Reguilon into the box, cuts it back. It's going to go straight to Anguissa. Lamela was just ahead of it. I suppose they'll say something when there's something to say. Here comes Camera, bustling forward. He can't control the ball. There's just something in this for Fulham. If they can keep their heads on the counter here. Lamela wins the free kick. Son plays it down the line to Reguilon. Really open this for the last couple of minutes of a game that's level. Both sides, Spurs really going for it. In it goes to Lamela inside the D. Lamela plays it through Son. Surely Reguilon. And it's 2-1 to Spurs. But the offside flag is up. VAR will have a check of that. Son holds his head. It would have to have been Son that was offside because I think Reguilon... here we go. No, Son is offside. Okay. So that is not going to stand. I thought Spurs had got the winner. I think Reguilon might have gotten away with it on the phase of play. but it's offside. Son was offside there. Stays 1-1, 89-26. Loftus-Cheek has really impressed me in the last 3 weeks, says Old Sheriff. Here comes Josh Onama, who is going to come on for Loftus-Cheek, who's played well tonight. Linked up nicely, good conduit between midfield and Cavaliero up top. Good performance by quite a few Fulham players, actually. I've enjoyed Robinson and Loftus-Cheek. Lookman off the bench has been excellent. Anderson's distribution from the back's been good. It's been a decent performance by Fulham, I have to say. Forward it goes from the goal kick by Areola. Reeve pumps it into the corner. We're into stoppage time. 4 minutes of stoppage time to be played. 90 minutes and 30 seconds gone. So 3.5 minutes of the minimum time. Boo Region in my fantasy football team. Well, he's already got an assist mark, so you're going to get some points. Long one forward, flicked on by Vinicius. And he then stands on Anderson, doesn't let him take the free kick. Spurs kind of wasting their own time there. Oh dear, some of the comments we got on here. If anyone could do his voice, read that out and do this with their hands a lot. Beautiful. Do you have a favourite team to cover or watch? No, not really. I cover so many. It's all about what happens in the individual games. But when we're back in stadiums, I like free-flowing, passing, attacking football, put it that way. But then I love Neil Warnock as well. So there we go. What's my highest viewed video? Yeah, Jay's right. I did a little tribute thing to Strangler's keyboard player when he died, and that went mad. Football video, I'm not sure. I think you can sort by views, can't you? I'm going to try and make money out of this. Just got to keep the views coming day by day by day by day. So I'd love to have lots of highly viewed ones. But here is Lookman, who plays it down the line for Camera, who's going to hold it up. Robinson's arriving, and Camera wins a corner off the flag. Nice one. Norwich is what he's dying to say. Everyone wants me to support their team, don't they? It's annoying, actually, because I didn't get a chance to enjoy that Norwich 18-19 team, Russ, because it came as such a surprise and you couldn't process it. It happened so quickly. But yeah, I did enjoy watching them. Okay, corner. Fulham, 92-52 on the clock. In it goes from the right to the near post, headed out by Region. Harrison Reed recycles it. Lookman, who's just been excellent since he's come on into the box. He is tackled, and then Robinson just gets robbed by Son. Son's done well to win a foul there. I think he's bought that one, hasn't he? Best stadium I've been to, I've got to go old school. I've got to go old Wembley and the San Siro, I think. The San Siro getting knocked down. Brutal. Big one into the box. 93-34 on the clock. Højbjerg coming down the left. That's a great ball by Højbjerg back up the line. Region pops it in the box. Well played, Areola. Catches it really convincingly and falls to the ground. And I think Fulham are going to get out of this, touch wood for their fans, with a point, because the minimum stoppage time is up. I think referee Tierney may blow the whistle. Well played, Fulham, is all I will say on that one. Good performance by Scott Parker's Fulham there, because And we saw Steve Bruce's Newcastle last night just kind of sitting in there, very negative. I know Fulham have drawn too many games and they need wins. However, Fulham really did have some attacking sensibilities in this game. Yes, Spurs could have had 2 or 3 goals in this match. However, Fulham kept attacking. Lookman made the difference, didn't he, when he came on? Brilliant assist by him. And they get the draw. So Jose will be very annoyed, I think, because they created plenty of chances for Kane and Son. But only the 1 goal tonight for Spurs. And well done, Scott Parker. It's another good performance. But yes, it is 5 draws in a row, which ultimately is not going to be good enough to keep them up. They need 3-pointers in there. Let's just have a look at the numbers. God, 7 big chances to 0. We always say, look at the numbers and look at the eye test. That seems very damning. But if you look at some of the other numbers, as in 48, 52 on the possession, 15 shots apiece, 4 to 6 on target, 5 corners to 6, it is much tighter. But you cannot argue against 7 big chances and only scoring 1 goal for Spurs. Son hitting the post as well there in that second half. Let's have a look at the league table. And you can see Fulham move on to 12 points. They've only lost 8 games, but it's just that win column that looks poor at the moment. Look at Wolves down in 14th. Where did that come from? So Fulham on 12 points there, 2 points off Brighton and 4 points off Burnley. But they do need to start getting some wins. But it's coming if they can go up that extra level. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying. Nice one. See you soon, Connor. Take care, my friend. What else have we got? Brace yourself for some Jose moaning. To be fair, I'd be moaning too if my strikers had not scored those chances. The chat will be about Jose sitting and conceding to drop the points again, but they had so many chances missed. True. How did Spurs bottle that? Quite clearly, James. Got 1 up, didn't get 2 up, and they really could have. Well-deserved draw for Fulham. Well, I agree with you, Chris, but I mean, the numbers really have it in Spurs' favour on those big chances. But my eye test, this type of result is why Spurs will never win the Premier League. How long does a sin bin timeout last for? 5 minutes, John Walk, which probably means this is why the DJT 45 Poters Stop the Steal is still in the chat. Oh, appraisal tomorrow, Russ. Good luck, my friend. Take care. Great supporter of the channel, Russ. Thank you, sir, for being here. Yes, they do have 2 games in hand, don't they? 5 draws is not great, but look at this draw and where they've got and who against. It's a great result. Can focus on 2 matches. Oh, if they've got West Brom and Brighton next. Wow. Okay, agree with that 100% then. Anir. Great stream. Thank you, Joel. Chris, Championship preview show. Let me look at the whiteboard. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Jay is the right football hipster. Look at that. He's going to go and watch Santos v Boca Juniors. Brilliant stuff. Hip gets the clairvoyant award because I think it was him who said these missed chances might bite Spurs in the backside. And he was right. A lot gets said in the chat. Some of it wise, some of it not. That was wise. Right. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for watching. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff, 8:15. So very, very late. So I will wish you all good night. It's 10 past 10. I'll say thank you for watching. Let's just give Joe a shout. Amazing how Fulham have improved. Yep. He's done a good job, hasn't he? Jay says West Brom are worse than Sheffield United. Well, let's see. Yeah, good luck with that appraisal, Russ. If your work is anything as good as your support for our channel here, then you're going to smash it, my friend. Fulham are better than Newcastle. Hope they stay up. certainly a bit more pleasing on the eye, aren't they? Shout out to David as well, who sponsors our Super Streams, which this wasn't tonight, but you'll see his name pop up sooner or later. Borough CJ, thank you, matey. Right, I'm going to see you all very, very soon. Let me just take that off the screen so I can bid you all farewell. Join me tomorrow. We'll do a bit of reaction from this game, actually. I'll do a review and get that one up. And we have got, the preview show will be at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So we'll probably have the night off, I would have thought, tomorrow, which would be a fine old thing, wouldn't it? There we go. Right. Thank you, everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Great stuff. And I'm going to pull my earphones out and say over and out. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.